What's
Oh,
your
I had a feeling you were gonna say
yeah?
this.
What's your point of view on that? Because you have two worlds combined in you.
Yeah.
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 hmm
What's your point of view on that? Welcome and thank you for coming back to your favorite podcast. Oh man, this is the Maximum Filipino Show. My name is CB.
Waka right here.
Right, that's right. So right now we're doing a Learn Filipino Pod. As you know, Learn Filipino Pod is we showcase Filipino talents all over the world. And most of that is in social media, content creation, and things like that. But right now is one of the special podcast episode, and I know I say this all the time in every episode,
Right.
but it's in a special episode for sure. I found our guest on TikTok, and I went from TikTok to Instagram, and then looked up all the stuff that that our guest is doing. And man, it's very interesting and very, very consistent. I might say. I guess our guest right now has the most consistency in every content
Ooh, okay.
that our guest is posting.
All right.
With all that said, our guest right now is our your favorite Kuya Jon. What's up, Kuya Jon?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, yes, Kuya Jon. So yeah, like I said, I found you on TikTok. I think the video that I found was, I think it's one of your most viewed video. It's the video where, when your tita found out or find out that you have a studio, and you're making this whole video where you're like, and then because Filipinos love to sing.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I found that video, I'm like, I gotta have him in our podcast for sure, 100%. Yeah.
Much appreciated. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
man.
All right, so I ask this every time in all of our guests because we're not a big account, as you can tell. At least not yet. We strive to be there, because like I said, the whole purpose of this is to promote Filipinos like you all over the world. So my question is, why did you say yes to do this podcast?
For me, for sure, I wanted to share whatever I can share, cultural wise, to like Filipinos all over the world, because like I'm familiar with like Filipino American culture, but through my like TikTok account I didn't know, but there's like Filipinos out from all over the world just relating to like the content that I put out there, just very simple like videos that I didn't think would pop off as
Yeah.
much, but
Yeah.
people like to see something that they can relate to. So when you hit me up, I was like, I definitely want to be on a podcast
Okay.
showcasing,
Yeah.
Filipino.
No,
Yeah.
you're for real about because I've been in both worlds. I visited the Philippines, and I was born and raised here in the U.S. So I do understand that it's two different worlds. When you say there's two different worlds, are you trying to aim just Filipinos in general, or were you just showing content for those here or those out there?
I try to showcase just relatable content with all Filipinos, but
Okay.
I feel like it gets taken mostly in the perspective of a Philam, like a Filipino American. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are in California, right?
All
You're in
right.
California, yeah.
All right, bro. Both
He
in
is
California.
from California,
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
Oh, really?
He's
Yeah.
from OC.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually from Hawaii, so I moved from Hawaii.
Oh, that makes
to
sense.
California.
See, that's
yeah.
still close because he's Samoan.
Yeah,
so
I'm
it's
Samoan
like it's
too,
still
bro.
it's still there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Nice, nice.
you know what's up. You know what's up.
Yeah.
All right.
Island and California.
Okay.
That's awesome.
You got two and two together. All right. I love you already, man. I love you already.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
All right. So, were you tell us more about you. Were you born in America or Hawaii or in the Philippines? Like, tell us more
Yeah.
about your story.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Hawaii,
That makes sense.
but my parents are from the Philippines. So my mom is from Pangasinan in a
Oh.
town called San Manuel, and
Yeah.
then my dad is from Ilocos Sur. So I'm mostly like, if you're getting to the context of like what type of Filipino I am, I'm mostly Ilocano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awan manin.
Now, I'm surprised that your parents, did they migrate first to Hawaii?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because Hawaii ain't cheap. I mean,
Oh
how
yeah,
did that
for
happen?
sure. Uh, I mean,
Did you have?
from what I've been told,
Uh huh.
for my dad, we already had land in Hawaii. My
Oh,
great grandfather was part of like the people that
Okay.
came to Hawaii through like the plantation. If you're
Okay.
familiar with that, like the sugar plantation and stuff
Mm.
like that. And
interesting.
Oh
yeah.
man. So your family's popping. I'm assuming.
Oh, we got like me, like I got a big family. I got a big family, but
Okay.
that's like all Filipino families, you know what I mean?
Nah, I mean, I respect that. It's just that people love to go to Hawaii for tourists, but to live out there, I mean, I tried
Hmm.
a few times to go out there to live, but it's hard to find a place to stay
Yeah.
at a decent price. I mean, let alone you're in California. LA is not cheap either.
Yeah, cost of
Yeah,
living, it's
Yeah.
just it's a hassle, man. It's a hassle, but
yeah. Are
a
you?
hassle, but a hustle.
I,
Yeah.
I,
Yes,
I gotta ask,
it's a
since
hustle. Right?
since your parents live in Hawaii,
Mhm.
um, are you? How far are you guys from Bretman Rock? I gotta ask. I gotta ask. I have to.
Brentman Rock lives where he used to live, growing up. He uh, is on the same side of the island. So where I'm from is on Oahu,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and we're both from like the west side. So I'm from a town called Kapolei. He's from a
Mm.
place I believe called Eva Beach, and that's like about maybe a 10-minute drive.
Oh,
Oh.
Super close. Yeah, super close. I'm not too sure where he lives now, and I'm not
Uh-huh.
like stalkerish and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
knowing where he lives and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're pretty close in distance.
Oh man.
do you still have the accent from Hawaii? I mean, because I can hear it. Do you have the? Can you still speak pidgin?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
Really?
I mean, I still can't pick it up because when I listen to those who speak pidgin, I'm like, oh man, that's a different language. But
Yeah,
I know
it is,
people
it is.
from Hawaii, family from Hawaii, and whoo,
All I know, I can't speak it. I'm trying to learn Samoan language. All I know is you guys use so much vowels. You guys need to lay low on vowels, man. Like there's only a few vowels you can use. Stop using all.
I feel you on that. I mean, just look at the street names in Hawaii. It's
Oh,
all just
man.
vowels, So trying to describe to someone coming from, the mainland US visiting to Hawaii, it's
Yeah.
very hard to explain because it's all vowels.
Oh,
for
man.
street names.
Shoot.
I get it when they say when someone give you directions in Hawaii, just take 3 streets down because if you say each name of the street, yeah, you won't you get
That's
lost.
what who said that? Jokoi said that in his special
Yeah.
in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's awesome. So have you been back or visited at all Philippines?
Philippines, not recently. The last time I believe I visited Philippines was possibly 2012.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's been a while. It's been a while.
That's when
yeah,
we
that's when
left.
we
That's
left.
when we
Oh,
left
okay.
Philippines. Yeah, we just moved here directly from the Philippines to here in America. 2012.
I
Yeah.
was just coming back from finishing college for
Mm-hmm.
school
okay.
out there. Yeah. All right,
Nice.
so we left. You went. Okay.
So how old were you the first time you went back to the Philippines or visited?
The first time I visited Philippines, I believe I might have been 5 years old.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and I've been there a few times, at least like four times. So
Now, those times that you went, was it just to visit or just to stay for a little bit, like to live?
no, just
To
to
visit?
visit.
Okay.
So we usually stay 2 weeks and like around, like because Philippines has 2 seasons, dry and wet.
Dry
The
and
wet
wet.
season,
You know,
'cause
that's
it's cooler.
perfect. How about
Yeah,
the unknown
perfect
one?
time.
How about the unknown one? There's a unknown weather, right?
No, I tell people we have 4 weathers in the Philippines. It's hot, super hot, cold, super cold. That's it.
I guess if you're a resident and lived there for a long time,
Yeah.
I guess you can
hot,
tell
super
hot and
hot.
cold.
No,
That's
actually,
true.
it's not cold. It's like hot, super hot, and then cold, and then wet. Because that's all you're getting. Or typhoon, you know.
I
Yes.
don't know where he get the super cold from because I've been out there for a minute, and
In the Filipino standards, it's
when you
super
go
cold.
up to the mountains, it's
Yeah,
cold.
that's it's part of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Philippines.
Uh-huh.
All right. So from there, so let me ask you this: living or being born in Hawaii and being a Filipino and experiencing some Filipino cultures, because I'm guessing there's some there's quite a bit of Filipinos in Hawaii, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Quite a
like
bit.
I was saying earlier, um,
Go
a
ahead.
lot of the Filipinos in from what I've learned is they came through plantation times to work in the plantation,
Mm.
and I believe most of the Filipinos don't take my word for it, but I know a lot of the Filipinos in Hawaii are mostly Ilocanos.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, so a lot of Filipinos there are speaking Ilocano or of like Ilocano descent.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Now, do you speak Ilocano? I know you said you speak. Was it Pigeon?
Pigeon, yeah.
Pigeon, like the
Pigeon,
bird?
yes.
I'm sorry, I'm totally kidding. I
Okay.
don't want to make fun of that language. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no. You're all good. You're all good.
So you speak that? You speak Ilocano as well?
Not really, but I understand a little bit. I
Yeah.
pick up words here and there, but not as much.
And how about Tagalog? How's your Tagalog?
Tagalog, not really there as well. I know like
Really?
words here and there, and if you speak it, I'll pick up the words and then
Yeah.
context clues,
So
figure out what you're saying.
how do you practice your? Because TikToks you do dubs for the Tagalog songs. How do you do that? You just practice them?
Well, that's the thing. I think with Tagalog songs, you've already like sang it so many times through karaoke,
Yeah.
and then you figure out what they're saying
Yeah.
over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
that makes sense.
Interesting. Okay. So hold on. So my initial question was, so being born in Hawaii and having this Filipino culture, what are some of the big differences that you notice, between Hawaiian and Filipino culture?
Mm, I don't think there's much of a difference because I feel like being from Hawaii, Hawaii people are very hospitable. They're very respectful if you show them respect. And then it's the same as Filipino people, very hospitable.
Yeah.
They take care of each other and stuff like that. So I don't think there's much of a difference.
Right.
Yeah, Hawaiians are just like Polynesians, Samoans, Tongans. We're hospitable as
Exactly.
long as you show us some love and
Food.
respect and food, of course.
Yeah.
We'll show you a lot of love and respect back right at you. That's it. Now,
Yeah.
I'm just curious now because I know I met a few people out here, and this might be just a little on a little sidetrack. Is the beef between Tongans and Samoans still high out in Hawaii?
Mm,
I mean, I don't
that's
know
a
if you
good,
know.
it's a good question. From what I grew up with, it wasn't as big of a feud between
Oh.
Tongans and Samoans. But I
said
know
it
there is
right.
like a long history before. Like there
Okay.
is a history between Filipinos and Samoans.
Wait, no,
Really?
really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
In
Good or
Hawaii?
Yes.
Whew. Wow.
Oh man.
Where
So-
there were feuds before, but that's like back in I believe
Oh.
I don't 70s maybe, 80s.
Shoot.
But it has calmed down over the years.
Oh
but-
man, that's real news to me. I
Yeah.
did not know there was some kind
So
of
this
beef.
probably a forbidden thing for
Right, between us two. Oh man, to all on behalf of all the Samoans, I am so sorry, Filipinos. I mean, I visit your country. I love y'all people, man. Y'all love to eat. So
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Samoans might be big, but Filipinos are fast. So that's I'm not restarting the
Any
war,
beef,
but
you're
I'm just
starting
saying.
beef.
is that why y'all boomed in population?
What? Because we're fast?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 100%. 100%.
We're rabbits. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's so boring in the Philippines. That's all we want to do. Repopulate the world. Anyway, all right. So let's talk about your content.
Yeah.
I saw some in your bio, specifically on Instagram. You're multi-talented when it comes to music.
Thank
Yeah, he
you,
was telling
thank
me
you.
that.
Yeah, you play ukulele. I feel like that's a must. When is that
Now
a
we know he's from
hold on,
Hawaii.
is that a stereotype? If you in Hawaii, you have to learn how to play ukulele. Is that a thing?
I feel like it's one of the stereotypes. You play ukulele or you surf. So I have one of the two
Oh, it's just two.
because I don't
Okay.
surf at all.
And you know, you should know how to break or open a coconut. That's like a must. You know, if you're in Hawaii. If you don't know how to open a coconut and you live in Hawaii, you need to move out and go somewhere else.
Is that why you
Well, maybe
left
that's
Hawaii?
why. Maybe that's why I moved to California. I have no idea how to open a coconut.
I saw this TikTok video of the guy who lives in Hawaii. I forgot his name, but there's some video he stitched a bunch of Americans trying to open a coconut and they're slamming it on the ground, and he's like, what are you doing? He was so confused. And I think he opened it with his teeth. It's like, this is how you probably open a coconut. I'm like, oh, all right.
Oh yeah, he must have some good dental insurance for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so he was saying about music. You're music oriented. I mean, what do you play in a band or?
Yeah, so
What was your history
what I was
about
going to
that?
say is you play ukulele, you play saxophone, right? And
No.
you're a sound engineer as well.
Yes, yes. So that's the reason why I moved to California. There's more opportunities out here
Okay.
in the music industry as like a recording engineer, or just to get my foot in the door in anything. So
All
yeah,
right.
that's the main reason why I moved out here, just for
So-
a job.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you picking up gigs here and there for it?
Yes, for sure. I actually work at a studio that I live nearby here in California. So
Dude, hey, listen, listen. So Waka and I, in our personal life, I'm a youth pastor in our church, and he's our music director. And
Yeah.
we're both trying to figure out a bunch of stuff in our church, like like the soundboard, how to learn. Like he self
Oh man.
taught everything and YouTube everything. Like we just understood how compressor works, just simple things
Yeah.
like compression, gate, and all that things. Like we have no idea. It's just says right there. I don't know how it works, so we just learned all of that. So maybe when we have questions, we just hit you up.
Yeah, we'll
Hey,
hit you up. Do you know what this button
what
does?
is this thing?
Do you know what that means?
yeah, for sure. I'm here to help in whatever way I can.
Right. So did you go
Nice.
to school to how did you get into music?
Well, it started with playing ukulele and just being a musician, and then I wanted to expand my knowledge on how to do music production and how to yeah, exactly what you guys were saying, like what does this do, what does that do, like each button and whatever. I want to know the technical side. So yeah, I did go to school. There's this program in Hawaii called Mele, which stands for, I believe, Music Exploration and Learning Experience. So they teach you either like audio engineering or music business.
Yeah.
And this is through like the community college level. So it was good on the bank, you know what I mean? It didn't cost so much, but I did learn a lot, like the basis
Yeah.
of what I need to know. And then from there on, I worked at other studios and stuff like that to get more experience.
Mele. They
Yeah.
would make it sound Hawaiian. Mele.
Mele.
Mele, yeah, very Hawaiian. Very.
You gotta say it again. How do you properly say ukulele?
I pronounce, or it's pronounced ukulele.
That's what I thought.
Ukulele. Ooh,
Yeah,
ukulele.
ukulele.
That makes more sense. Ukulele.
Yeah,
Phonetically, yes.
Yeah.
ukulele. So but you have to make sure you say ukulele, because if you say uku in our language, you're talking about all the lice in your hair.
Ah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like fufu. So we have our students in our youth ministry. They're all Africans, and they have food called fufu. So the first time we heard about that, it's like, oh,
I
that
was
was
I laughed because it means something else in my language.
yeah. So the your TikTok appearance. How did you get into TikTok? What
Yeah.
made you like, I'm gonna go into TikTok? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I told all our guests here. I mean, this is probably hard to swallow, but TikToks are not for older folks. They're for younger generations. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
what, 14 years old maybe? That's the demographic
Right.
of TikTok until it transform and evolve
To
It's
where
like
it is
you know,
now,
it's
yeah.
like not TikTok. It's like Facebook. 2007 Facebook is for younger generations until all our moms and titas and uncles start
Exploded.
going in.
Yeah.
You know. So what got you into TikTok?
I feel like it's like most uh people that got into TikTok, it's because of quarantine, and then you just have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And I thought, I I'm super bored. I'll just post something, see where it goes, and then it actually got somewhere.
You just went with the trend. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, I just went with the trend like everyone else.
Yeah, because you're and like I said in my introduction, you are very consistent. And when I mean as consistent, because I've followed, not followed, but I stalked a lot of content creators in TikTok, and I noticed you could see the transition of content. Like they found their niche, you know, like at first they're just posting some random stuff or they're just doing whatever is trending until they found the niche, and then they started doing that. But for you, from since day one, you're doing what you were doing until now. It's still the same thing. And because I think, I don't know if you remember, I do, because I just I learned the things that, and I watch a lot of your videos. The first one that you did was you're talking about different kinds of Filipinos, you know, like the uncles and the titas and
Oh, okay.
yeah, which by the way, I love that you're using a basketball shorts as a dress.
Thank you. You gotta be creative sometimes.
Yo, that was so funny. I was like, at first I'm like, that is a very interesting dress. Like I get it, it's fit, but why is it so loose in here? And then I had to pause. That's a short. That's a basketball short.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah, so this
that's
consistency of doing what you're doing, because I didn't see a lot of the music stuff that you're doing, unlike Instagram. So
Yeah.
in the TikTok creative art that you're doing, what is the whole motive of doing the TikTok? Like, what are you going into right now?
Well, at first it was just to, get laughs out of, just common things that Filipinos experience. But then I actually got some gigs through TikTok for the music thing.
Oh,
They've
nice.
seen, I'm super funny. Maybe they consider me to be a good person to be in the studio with.
Okay.
And, we just chatted, message each other on TikTok. And then, yeah, I've got some gigs through that. So
Oh, that's
now,
good.
yeah, now that I've seen like the traction with it, I want to continue putting Filipino related content, but maybe put in like the music thing as well. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
See what happens from there.
So in the music gig, when you pick up gigs, I mean, what's the genre, or what kind of party do you host?
It's any genre actually, because I've worked with a couple Filipino hip hop artists. I've worked with this Filipino lead singer from this like indie rock band, and it can
Okay.
be a wide variety,
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're
but
not
most
pick-
of them are Filipino. Yeah.
Okay, so
Interesting.
you're not picky. You're not, because some who produce or help out with music, they tend to fall into their very specific genre they're good at. But okay, I like you. All right,
Yeah.
So are
It's whatever
these
gets the money,
yeah,
that makes sense. Okay,
For
where
now,
money
for now.
talks, the BS.
I know what
works,
you
as they
mean
say.
about the genre thing. Yeah.
you said they're all of them are, or I guess most of them are Filipino artists. Are they Filipino artists in America or Filipino artists in the Philippines as well?
The ones I've worked with are specifically from America and in California.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Oh wow.
So when you say
I wonder if I
America,
know
probably
some of
nationwide.
them.
Is it? Are they popular now, or they're just people just rising up? that you're working
People
with?
just rising up.
Okay.
I know I've got hit up by, I think he's pretty popping on TikTok. It's that guy, King Kenny Slay.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you've seen that.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah.
Yeah. Because he's
Yeah.
from Hawaii too. And
Okay,
Got
that
it.
makes
got
sense.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
since I follow a lot of Filipino TikTok creators, because I hit you guys up personally and asked you to be part of our podcast. my FYP is just filled with Filipino content creators in America. Like there's some like 5% in the Philippines, but the majority of them is just all Filipinos in America. So I've seen him. I've seen him before. I might have talked to him here and there, but yeah, it's that's crazy. So are you planning to stay what you're doing with the audio engineering, or are you planning to, I don't know, play your ukulele or saxophone in a different ways?
For like content wise, on TikTok.
Yeah. Because I've never seen any videos that you playing that.
Oh, really? It's mostly on like my my music page on Instagram, but you like really have to dig into there because it's not like on my page itself. But we'll see. I just want to put out just any Filipino content. It doesn't really have to be audio engineering related, but I've just found sound bites that match in the in the studio and like put out Filipino stuff. So
because you're the first 100,000 views that you had on TikTok. I forgot when it was, but it was the everywhere you go, everywhere that part, and you're like the full house, and you have the tatay, the tita, and things like that. It was like so funny. What are your inspirations on doing this? Is this like just personal stuff that you've noticed around Filipino communities?
Or just an idea that pop up?
It's gotta be for sure just from my family alone, just I feel like that's what all people are like. Filipino content creators, their stuff is based on family experience,
there's no lie in that. So you're saying that the ones that you're interact or imitating, I guess, for lack of a word, are your relatives, like spot on relatives?
Yes, spot on, exactly them. Or maybe exaggerated versions of them.
No, bro. No, they're not exaggerated. They're spot on. Especially the drunk uncle, the dance move that you were doing with the drunk uncle, the big belly, bro. That was spot on. Like I had nightmares seeing my drunk uncle doing those dance moves.
Sorry,
I'm like,
Tito.
it's
Sorry,
not.
Tita.
It's not even a joke.
Sorry.
It's not even a joke.
Your nephew still loves you, okay?
How's your how acquainted are you with Filipino cultures, like in the mainland cultures? Like, do you know any celebrities, any I don't know, like any pop culture references in the Philippines, from the Philippines?
A little bit. Can't think of any at the moment, but I'm familiar with a few, with a few of the trends and stuff.
Right. The reason why I ask, because I have a segment. Here, and I don't know how this is gonna go really well, because we didn't, like I said earlier, we try to make the conversation as organic as possible. So I didn't want to prep you or give you a script. So none of these questions that I'm gonna ask is, I didn't tell Kuya Jon about this, so this is just the first time he's hearing about it. So I don't know if it's gonna go really well. So this is from a Filipino, a guy who was born and raised in the Philippines. So let's see. It's a combination of a lot of things. It's a combination of music, some pop culture, and some normal things that they do in the Philippines. So
I'm ready.
It's a this or that with Kuya Jon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just this or that. So I just have two items. I'm just gonna say it. A drunk song. This or that. My Way or Pusong Bato. I don't know if you know Pusong Bato. Do you know Pusong Bato?
Yeah, I do.
My Way or Pusong Bato?
For a drunk song?
Yeah, for a drunk song.
It's gotta be My Way.
My Way? Yeah, dude, it has to be, right? Yeah. You know how many people get killed because of that song? It has to be My Way.
I feel like because that's the song, even if you don't know English, you attempt to sing it. And the best time is when you're drunk. That's the same as like me trying to sing Filipino song. That's the best time. You have,
But those are your two options, at least right now. My Way or Pusong Bato. It's like you always hear it in every...
Yeah.
April Boy or Freddie Aguilar.
I gotta go with April Boy. April Boy
Oh.
Regino.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Di ko kayang. Yes, absolutely. Leron Sinta or Bahay Kubo?
The only one I'm familiar with is Bahay Kubo.
Okay. All right. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that one for sure.
All right. Here's one. I don't know if you know this, but you probably do because your mom is like legit Filipino. So Rambo, you know Rambo, like not the movie, but
Yeah, yeah.
the chinelas. You know. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Rambo or Bakya?
Rambo meaning the chanelas that has like the
Yeah.
bright colors on
Yeah,
it.
the thick one, the very very thick one. with-
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, with the
okay.
hard, it's a hard plastic that goes between your toes. So if you're running, it slices your toes. Like you can't. It's too heavy and it's too thick. But
Rambo, because that's the one I'm familiar with for sure.
dude, okay. Speaking of Rambo, have you ever got beaten up by your parents with the Rambo?
Oh, of course. They grab whatever is in arm's reach. I've got the Rambo. I got the Walis.
Yes.
You know.
Oh man, you're from
Yo.
Hawaii too, man. So those
And coconut. That's the problem. All right. Pasko or fiesta?
Fiesta.
Fiesta. Oh, okay. All right. Adobo or lechon?
Ooh.
Come on.
Ugh.
Come on.
I gotta go with lechon. Lechon's my thing. Lechon's my
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
lechon.
I want to get gout. You know what I mean?
you want to kick out, he says.
Lechon is hitting two cultures, you know, like both Hawaiian and Filipino. Because I know you guys
Yeah.
do roast pigs, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
Yeah. So
In
it's
Hawaii, it's like an underground oven.
Yep.
They call it imu, so it's cooked underground. But
Oh.
yeah,
So it's hitting both cultures. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here these are popular celebrities in the Philippines. I don't know if you know them, and it's okay if you don't. That's completely
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
For Darna, Marian Rivera or Angel Oxin?
I don't think I know.
All right,
any of them.
that's fine. But do you know Darna? It's like the Wonder Woman version of the Filipino superheroes.
Yes, that one I know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different people who played that character, but these are the two that are the most popular, at least so far. Now for beer, Red Horse or San Miguel?
San Miguel, because Red Horse just gets me too drunk too fast. I want to drink enough that I won't black out after two drinks.
I won't deny that thing is
I'm a San
strong.
Miguel.
Yeah, San
Yeah,
Miguel.
I'm a
All
San
right.
Miguel guy.
San Mig Light or the regular San Miguel?
The regular one.
The regular one. All right. Here's the last one, and these are the two. They're two different generations band or singing group in the Philippines. So, like I said, I'm not. I won't be surprised if you don't know them. It's Apo Hiking Society or Eraserheads.
Ooh,
They're legends, bro. They're legends in
I
their
know
own
they
field.
are legends.
Yeah.
If you said kamikaze,
Uh-huh.
I would have chose kamikaze, kamikaze.
Yeah.
Because people always say I look like the
Dude!
lead vocal.
Oh man.
But with those choices, for sure, Eraserheads. But if it was kamikaze, I would choose them for sure.
All right, so this is interesting.
That was awesome.
This is interesting transition because like I said, I've seen your TikTok videos, and people called you like Steve Aoki, right? People called you the sloth in Zootopia. But dude, the first time I saw you, you were Kamikaze's lead singer. Like, there's no way. Like, I looked at Steve Aoki. No, he's not Steve Aoki. And then I look at Kamikaze's lead singer. That's you. That was 100% you, bro.
Yeah, I look like Jade. That's what they tell me.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
they say.
Jake Canlas, is that his last name? I don't know. It's Jay. Oh man, I love that band. That band is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
They're one of my top Filipino bands for sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
them and who's their
Oh, the
who sang Harana? I forgot their what's the name of Parokya ni Edgar. That band. Yeah, they're like sister band. Like paroka kay ni Edgar helped Kamikaze to do their, to start their own thing. But yeah, dude, when I saw you and then I saw that you had a long hair, like there's no way. This is Jay. This is Jay's long lost brother. Dude, you did great for that segment. I actually thought you would know like 4 or 5 of those things. I'm like, yeah. I mean,
Thank you very much.
yeah, considering you didn't really stayed in the Philippines for quite a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just visiting. Yeah.
Wow.
Are there any places in the Philippines that you visit?
I for sure went to Vegan City.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. We usually stayed in my mom's place, which is in Pangasinan, in San Manuel. But I've stayed in Manila with some family. Yeah, and also in Ilocos we went to, of course, because Vegan City is close to there too, because in the north.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it where we would usually stay, and that's the places I visited that I can remember.
Wow, dude. Yeah, vegan is one of the places I want to go in the Philippines.
Where is that exactly?
It's like one of the oldest cities in the Philippines. The places looks old and they have like fiestas and they're amazing. They're colorful.
They have like still like Spanish inspired like buildings still up.
Oh. So when they have celebrations, I'm pretty sure it's the same place where they have they call it gigantes. They have like the big mascots and they're walking around with it, and it's beautiful. Yeah.
Do they? What festivals are they known for?
That I don't know. I completely forgot now. Yeah, but the place is amazing.
Vegan.
Yeah.
Vegan.
Vegan City.
And I thought
I've been to Baguio City.
Yeah.
Baguio,
Yeah.
okay.
You have to, as Ilocano, you have to go to Baguio. It's like
exactly.
one of the places that you have to go. It's overpopulated with Ilocanos. We have so many friends from Baguio, and they're Ilocanos. So when you moved in California, did you move by yourself, or did you move with people that you know or relatives?
Yeah, so I moved here with my longtime girlfriend. We both want to get into the entertainment industry.
Oh,
so
nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Was that the whole hope, is to be a sound engineer in Hollywood or for concerts and things like that?
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
That's the goal right now. Just to put out my name up there,
All right.
and then hopefully, I mean, my goal honestly is to be the engineer for being that's API month, for the Filipinos, for Asian Americans, for Native Hawaiians, for Pacific Islanders. I want to be that face, but I have no boundaries as to who I work with. I work with anybody, and if I vibe with them, have a good relationship, then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah. So
I like.
So you said you moved with your girl, so nobody else.
No one else.
So explain to us the trail, or the whole history and how you guys started, and like what are some of the maybe good steps and mistakes that you guys have done in your in your journey right now for whatever field that you guys are going to.
To moving here in California. And
to start to start whatever you guys are doing.
Yeah. So for me, are you talking about like career wise?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I was already kind of in the industry in Hawaii, but back there is not as much opportunity unless you really know people.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that, California or LA in general is the place where, your dreams go off or get killed off.
Yeah.
You
Right.
just have to take the chance and then take the risk here and just,
go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Exactly. Yeah. And same as like my girl, she's in HR and she's trying to work her way up to like work in the big entertainment companies. So like Disney or Warner Brothers, Universal, you know,
In
try
that
to get
same
up
industry, HR, human resources.
there.
Oh man, California. That okay. I salute her because I was HR
Yeah,
before
yeah.
California. Man,
Is she
She's trying. She's
is she
trying.
Filipina too?
No, so she's a mix of a lot of things.
okay.
She's Japanese, Chinese,
Oh wow.
Hawaiian,
Wow.
Norwegian, but no Filipino.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Man, dude, if I see you, maybe outside, like I don't know you, I wouldn't guess that you're Filipino. Like I'm not. I'm like I wouldn't. Like if someone said you're Filipino, I'd be like, nah, bro, that dude's not. Look at him. It doesn't look like Filipino.
I get that a lot. Don't worry, I get that a lot. I look like I'm Polynesian, or I look like I'm Mexican,
Yeah, you're not
like I'm
alone, bro.
Japanese. You know?
You're not alone. I get the same. I get the same comparison. I mean, because I'm a small Samoan. I mean,
Yeah.
in terms of height.
Mhm.
But yeah, I get you. I feel you, man. I feel the pain.
Yeah.
So when you started there in California, what's the I guess the reason why I'm asking this is for a lot of Filipinos who want to take the risk and move to California, because that's like the two of the main cities, I believe, is you have to eat crap and you have to just endure everything, move in with 5 people in a small studio apartment just to survive and to find your niche and to start whatever you want to do is either California or New York, and
the two
it's
big
it's tough.
states.
It's tough out there. But once you find what you love to do, and if you love what you're doing, it doesn't really matter. So the reason why I'm asking this is for a lot of Filipinos out there, either you're in the Philippines or somewhere else in the world, and you want to be in this field, whatever he's taking right now, either content creation or audio engineering or whatever, move to California, and this is what you're expecting. And tell us what's that? Like, what are they going to be expecting to do when they get to California?
Well, for sure, you gotta expect that you'll be working from the bottom up. You need to really hustle your way and really, you know, work your way up. But the best advice I can give to any Filipino trying to get, or anyone in general trying to get into like this industry, is to, shake hands with everybody, because you don't know what that opportunity might get you. They might know somebody that knows somebody. So
Yeah.
networking for sure is a big skill up here, and because everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been trying to do. Like, coming here, I didn't know anybody, so that was bad on my end.
Right.
But I was lucky enough that I found a studio that helps me to expand my network and stuff like
Oh, that's
that,
good.
and help me along the way, because they believe in me.
Yeah.
I appreciate a lot.
Yeah. What's your did you find any advantages of being a Filipino in California? Because there's a ton of Filipinos in California in comparison to other states in America. But did you find any advantages of being a Filipino out there?
Yeah, I believe so, because like the clients I've had, we can connect to each other already just culturally. So like when I have that session with those people, it just goes smoothly, because we just already relate to each other, even when we haven't even talked to each other that much. But we'll be like, oh, you're Filipino, I'm Filipino. And, we just pick different things that we can relate to each other just through culture.
Right. Dude, you sound can I just say you sound really chill. Like it's like I can't picture you being mad, because you just chill,
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you something a little bit controversial, and it's been going on in social media for Filipinos. And I've asked him this,
Oh, he's gonna.
because because he's Samoan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you this, because you have both. You have both worlds. You have both of them, being Hawaiian and Filipino. Apparently, okay, I don't know if you know this. Apparently, people get offended, and we know this. People get offended for a lot of different things, even small things. But apparently, people get offended by Filipinos claiming that they're Pacific Islander. What's your
I had a feeling you were gonna say this.
yeah? What's your point of view on that? Because you have two worlds combined in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your point of view on that?
I mean, let's see. I believe that Filipinos are considered Asian
Mm.
based on, you know, based on, what you call it, based on
Geographical.
where it's at
Yeah, the
land
geographical.
wise.
Yeah, yeah,
Geographical, yes, yes.
yeah.
But I know culturally and like say language wise, for
Mm-hmm.
example, uh, I know our language is similar to like most Polynesian
Yeah,
languages, just
yeah.
phonetically.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I can understand why people would draw Filipinos to be Pacific Islanders, and also like if you see like the tribal tattoos, it's
Right.
similar
Right.
patterns.
Yep.
You know, and yeah, from because I never tell you this, but I was actually a Filipino major in college
No
before I
way.
went to do audio engineering.
Dude,
So I kind
wow.
of know the history and like
Oh,
Right.
like
nice.
Right.
stuff like that. So yeah, in my opinion, I believe Filipinos are Asian,
Mm-hmm.
but I do understand the other side of people saying that we're Pacific Islanders.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me though, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't get offended if people say I'm a Pacific Islanders or Asians. Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter to me. It's like, okay, like, all right.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I guess.
what box do you check?
Right,
though? Do you
right,
check
right.
Asian or Pacific
Yeah,
Islander?
yeah.
Yeah, see,
I
we were-
usually check the Asian box, but if I see the Pacific Islander, I check both. Like, that's what I do. I like. Well, I'm confused with your question.
Yeah,
we really believe that the word Pacific Islander just became a actual category because it was used so often. Because if we think about it, there's actually Polynesians, Melanesians, Micronesians, and then Asians.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I'm not trying to. I shouldn't. You majored in it, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just saying that I believe the word Pacific Islander became a word. It's like, you know what? Let's just add it as a box.
yeah.
Just add it a box. Because technically, in my point of view, in terms of ethnicity or where it is, yeah, the Philippines is part of Asia. They're Asians. However, in terms of geographically, where it is, it's an
Yeah.
island at the Pacific Ocean,
Yeah.
In
Thus-
in the continent of Asia,
in the continent of Asia. You're still a Pacific Islander,
right?
in the sense of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But otherwise,
I feel you.
yeah.
it's not a big deal to me. I mean, at first it used to be a big deal because I had so much. I didn't know better. I was ignorant. And I just went with the trend with every kid in high school.
Yeah,
But,
there's just a lot of animosity.
Right,
involved
right.
with it, yeah.
But I mean, like, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's like, you can call me Asian, you can call me Pacific Islander, just don't call me Mexican, because that's all the way on the other side of the world,
Right.
you know? Like, I can be Spaniards, yeah, because we were colonized for 300 years, but it's like, I'm not Mexican or Puerto Rican. That's another common one. They're like, "Are you Puerto
Oh
Rican?"
yeah, that's another one.
Oh man. So let's go with your what's next thing for you, Kuya? What's next thing for that you want to do? I know you said you want to be an audio engineer in up there for Hollywood or for other music industry, but when it comes to your social media, your content creation, what is the next thing for you? Or have you thought about
Yeah, I thought about it. Right now, it's kind of like I'm taking a break because I'm busy with like work and stuff. But I try to have like a schedule. So lately, I've been trying to post at least 1 to 2 videos on the weekends, either like Friday or Saturday,
yeah,
or
yeah.
both days. Just to keep that consistency. But for now, it's just on the back burner. It's on hold a little bit on content creating, but I do want to post as much as I can because of the following I have.
Yeah.
I didn't believe I even would get there, but
Dude, how's
People are
that
watching.
how's that feel? Because usually when you had the followers, it's like a flood of followers, not just like 10 per day. It's like one day you have like 1,000 followers right away. How tell us that experience when you had that like boom followers.
yeah, it's mind-blowing because like I said, I didn't think I'm just putting up videos just for my own entertainment sometimes, just to
Right.
make myself laugh, but then I see other people like what I do and they want to follow what I'm doing, so I'm like, props to them. But No,
bro.
I'm
Yo,
really
'cause
doing it for myself sometimes.
dude, I gotta ask this. How many times? So, cause you change costumes, right? Well, like when you're doing the different kinds of Filipinos,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
just shoot one video? So like you wear the shorts as a dress, and then you shoot that, and then you change to the uncle looking, and then you change to different kinds, or do you like, all right, so I'm gonna shoot these two videos, so I'm gonna wear this dress, shoot these two videos wearing this dress, and then I'm gonna change like. Walk us through what goes in your mind. Like, how do you prep yourself?
Honestly, I know the answer would be like, oh yeah, I plan everything. Not really. It's on the whim, you know. It's improv. You know what I mean? I
The
improvise.
better ones. Yep.
I have an idea, and then I improvise what I'm gonna do, and I just do it. And then, usually I'll put the video together with like my improvised like ideas, and then if I don't like it, then I don't like it. I won't post it. But
yeah.
if I like it, that's when I post it,
Yeah.
and then we'll just see where it goes from there. But honestly, I don't have much planning.
Yeah.
I have like on my phone, I have like maybe little ideas of what I can do, but it's just a very broad topic.
Yeah.
But then once it comes to the video, I just do whatever I feel like.
Yo, I can imagine you having all the clothes that you're wearing for your videos, you have it in a box, and then when you take it out, your girl. This is how I imagine you doing it. Like your girl. Seeing you carrying the box up, he's about to shoot a video right now. Like you have all the costumes
Exactly
in one.
what she-
He said that's exactly.
she knows. I actually just did a video earlier today, and then
Yeah.
she was just laughing. She just finds it funny when I'm making the videos.
It is
just the
funny,
process.
It's
bro. It was
hilarious.
hilarious, bro.
It's
Oh my
hilarious.
god,
Oh,
and they're
man.
all spot on. So I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy how you come up with all that just by whim. I can imagine you just like sitting down or doing something like, oh, that's a good video. I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do with the dance and the costume, the attire. It's crazy.
Oh man.
I feel like it's more organic that way too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just doing what feels right for the day. And then,
Right. You don't usually talk, right, in your videos? Like they don't hear your voice?
There's some that I talk,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess it just depended on what gets the views. Usually
Right.
it's ones that don't have me talking
Good stuff.
and stuff like that. So I just go with that most of the time. Just
Yeah.
get the sound bite and then make the video. But yeah, I do have some videos that I talk in it
Right.
sometimes.
I noticed too that there are some videos where you open packages from your, I don't know, if they're sponsors, or I don't even know if there's like your viewers buying you stuff. Like what are those stuff that you're opening?
Those are PR packages. So I've been hit up by Filipino owned or like Asian owned
Yeah.
companies to feature their product on
nice.
my TikTok, and I usually don't do that a lot because I only do I would in my opinion I would only show a product that I believe that's right, and
Yeah.
they have like a good
Okay.
like a good morale to their company. So like I think the last one I put out is one that was Filipino owned,
Mhm.
women owned, and they're giving proceeds to a charity. Like I was like, I have to
Yeah.
feature their product.
All right.
Dude, I know. It's that's what I told them in our team, that if we get hit up by for anything like that, it's something that I definitely want to use. It's not just
Just anybody.
what's the most common thing? One of the most common thing that you see on TikTok is bang. Like they always have bang, but they don't even drink it. They just have it in
Have it
there
right there.
for
Yeah.
sponsorship or for money. It's like, I mean, I drink bang, but I won't be that obsessed with it, Like I want something that I would use and I'll promote our content. But yeah, I hear you on that. I have another question, and hold on, let me think what that question is, because I just had it in my head. What was that question? Man, that question was really important. I don't know. I completely
Apparently
forgot. Do you play any other other instruments besides saxophones and ukulele?
Do you
I mean,
sing?
I dabble in like I play a little guitar, but that's
Okay.
just figuring out notes a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and then I can like the keyboard just not really, yeah, just figuring out what sounds good too, but not actually like professionally play it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
ukulele and sax is my top.
Do you sing?
Give me some San Miguel, and then we can hop on that karaoke. Then I'll sing. But
Okay. Okay. It's that
Yeah.
kind of singing. All right.
What,
yeah,
what's,
that kind of singing.
then what's your top 3 go-to drunk songs? Filipino. It has to be Filipino songs.
Filipino.
Yeah.
One would be Umiiyak ang Puso
Oh.
by
Is-
April Boy Regino.
Yeah, the umiyak ang puso ko. Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Butsikik by
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my god.
Butsikik is one, and Dung Dung Win Kanto.
Oh, okay. You have to,
Yeah.
right? You have to
Yeah.
sing that.
Yeah, that one will always be my number one for sure. Dung Dung Win.
That's another Ilocano song, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I remember my question. What's your typical demographic in your videos? Because I see you have a lot of Filipino commentators. I don't see people that's liking your videos or viewing them, but I see a lot of Filipinos like from the Philippines commenting in your videos. Do you also have some Americans and Hawaiians?
Yes. So like I believe if I look into my analytics, most of the people are from like the US. I think recently I've been getting a bunch of followers from the Philippines.
Yeah.
I think because of like my recent video with K-pop.
Oh, yeah, that was
yeah.
your highest viewed video. Yeah, the K-pop.
Yeah. So that one for sure, and yeah, it's honestly all over. What you call? Oh, it's actually U.S., Canada,
Oh,
Philippines. Yeah.
well, there's a lot of Filipinos in Canada, so that makes sense too.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of them. When you see those comments, can you like fluently read Tagalog words?
Little bit. If I like say it out loud to myself, it's rather than just reading it, I have to say it out loud, and then I'll kind of know what it's saying.
That
Right,
makes sense. That
right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you read like Tagalog comments, what do you do? And you don't understand them, do you Google them? Like what do you how do you do it?
Oh yeah, I'll Google it sometimes, but most of the part I'll like I said earlier, I'll know like certain words.
Yeah.
I like context clues. I can figure out what it's saying, but to respond back in like Tagalog, I can't respond back. So I'll maybe like respond in English if I have to. But
Yeah. Because I saw one of the comments. The lady said, "Saan ng studio nyo, kuya?" Or she said,
Yeah,
"Where's your studio?" Yeah. Yeah, and then you responded in English. I'm like, I wonder if he can speak Tagalog like really well. Because in your videos, your accent is gone. Like you don't have Filipino accent.
yeah.
Yeah, I can hear more Hawaiian accent for sure than
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
I can still hear it right now.
the
Yeah.
Hawaiian accent. Right? Yeah.
I was like, when you were talking earlier, when you started, I was like, yeah, he sounds really Hawaiian, but then you said you're from Hawaii, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It makes so
I
much
don't
sense.
know how people can tell through like Hawaii accent that you're from Hawaii. I've been told that they can tell I'm from Hawaii, but I believe maybe the way I speak is a little slower because over here a lot of people are talking faster.
Yes, that's one main factor for sure.
Well, there's that, but it's just that there's just very distinct.
This is one thing that I learned because like I said, I'm learning his language. It's the intonations of the wordings that you use. Because in English when we say something, especially the A's, because the same thing in Tagalog, but in Polynesians, in Pacific Islanders, you guys have pronounced it differently. So for example, when let's say, I don't know, like I'm just gonna use it because that's the first thing that pops in my head. So when you say paper in English you say paper, right? Like the A, it's kind of like it's draggy, you know. But if you say it with Samoan accent, it's word for word. Pa. How do you say it?
Word for like in the language.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Oh,
Let's say it's not English. Let's say it's PAPE. Pape, right?
no,
Pape.
Peppa.
Peppa? No,
No, not that's pepper. Give me a sec. I'm having a brain fart.
Say PAPE in Samoan.
PAPE.
Like a native Samoan saying it.
Pape.
Pape, right? Pape. So you have like that stop pronunciation of the pa instead of the pa. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Like in English we drag and we not drag, but we like sing the word kind of thing. You know, like paper.
I think I know where you're going at.
But in Samoan, it's like pa, like stop. You know, like some intonations and pronunciations is different. So now, if you translate that to English, there are some things that Hawaiians or Samoans would say in English, and this is where the accent comes in. Is you don't not necessarily drag it, but you don't make it melodic, but you like. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I get you. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Because it comes with the language.
Oh, that's
You know,
true.
because you taught me that in Samoan, you don't just say I don't know, kaofi. Like you don't just say kaofi. You say kaofi. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends. Well, yeah, I see where you're going at. It just depends on where the accents or the, what do you call those things? The pronouns? Not the pronouns. The pronunciations.
Yeah.
The you know, whether you have the
Mamafo.
Omafa. But
How do I know your language more than you do?
No, because there's an English word for that line above the, you know, the alphabet or for the vowels, and I forgot what that is. But anyway,
I don't know. Does that make sense?
At the accents?
Yeah,
You're talking about like that long and
Yeah.
then like the little
apostrophe.
yeah.
Does that make sense? With the
A little,
accent?
yeah.
I
yeah.
guess.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just in my own perspective of like, you know, outside the box perspective, like the way I notice it.
I just know that in different regions of America, you can tell the different accents. You got the New Yorker accent, you got the country accent.
Southern.
I can't tell. Well, yeah, the Southern accent, and you got California accent, and then you got Hawaii accent, and then everything else is in between. I don't know where I fall at because every time I talk to somebody over the phone when I'm at work. We have a few customers will ask us, "What is your nationality or ethnicity?" Because you have an accent. I'm like,
accent? You don't have an
yeah.
accent.
I'm like, who is this
From Orange County.
I'm like, I'm from California. I was like, no, you don't sound like someone from California. I was like, what is your ethnicity? And they still ask. I'm like, okay, I'm an island. I'm Pacific Island. Okay, that makes sense. Because you sound like that islander. I was like, okay. I don't know. There's something wrong with your ears. But yeah.
You gotta get it checked. Right.
How are you supposed to sound like? Like, dude, what's up, dude? Like that? Is that how you're supposed to sound like? Because you're from California?
Okay. Like those Beach Boys?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, Kuya
yeah,
RJ is going
man.
to...
The surfer boys.
Yeah,
Right?
Surfer Boys. That's right.
Kuya RJ is gonna kill us for sure. Kuya RJ is one of our guests in here, and he is in California. He has some businesses in there, and yeah, he's just an awesome dude. That dude does not have an accent for sure. So do your parents speak in Tagalog?
I assume.
Ilocano.
Ilocano? Oh, they don't speak Tagalog?
No.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They know it,
Yeah.
but mostly in my household was Ilocano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they born in the Philippines?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, even though your grandparents were in Hawaii, they were born in the Philippines?
Yeah, so well, my great grandfather had moved, but then like my grandparents were still in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And then for like my dad's side, they're petitioned to come over, but trying to do petition to move to America takes a very long time.
Right.
From my belief. And yeah, my grandpa had already had his family, you know, including my dad, and then they had moved to Hawaii when my dad was like maybe already 18, 19. So
Gotcha. Gotcha. So
yeah.
here's the golden question, Kuya Jon.
Yes.
When you reach your goal, right, whatever goal that may be, retirement time, where are you gonna retire? Hawaii, Philippines, or U.S.?
You know, I just had this conversation with my girl, but it would be Hawaii. Hawaii is our ideal place
Yeah.
to be back and stuff like that. And you know, we're not planning to stay here in California for so long. We do want to move back eventually, but retirement wise for sure would be Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you are you a Hawaiian enough that you hate tourists?
I mean, not Hawaiian as like an ethnicity
Yeah.
sense, but like as a, you know, as a person that's local to Hawaii. Yeah, sometimes tourists get under my skin, especially working in the tourism industry back
Yeah.
in Hawaii. I used to work hotel, so
Yeah.
I've dealt with all those types of tourists, and
Oh.
you know,
Dude.
What do they call
Seriously.
the pureblood Hawaiians? Because I know there's the locals and what's
The
the word?
natives?
Is it natives?
Yeah, the locals and the natives.
the Kanakas,
Kanakas. Okay.
Kanaka Maulis,
Yeah. See?
maybe, or that's just a term. Yeah, I'm not too sure where the term is from, but I don't know exactly. Or I can't remember at the top of my head. What's
Is it
yeah.
is it true? Because you were born in Hawaii. Is it true that there are some areas in Hawaii that's forbidden for, other people, only for natives?
Yeah, there's one island called Niihau where it's only native Hawaiians.
Oh wow! Like there are, because you said that there are their own country, right? In Hawaii.
Well, based on what I read or heard, but now we got
that
someone
true?
from Hawaii.
It was its own sovereign country before it was taken over.
No.
No, I mean, like, right now.
Right now, is there an area in Hawaii that's a sovereign country still?
I don't believe so, not to my knowledge.
Okay, I mean, again, this is what I've read or heard, or what I see on TV or whatever. Because there's an island, or there's a part of the island that U.S. don't have any touch on. Like, it's its own government. It's its own. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, its own country within a country.
Yeah, like some places in here in America, that it's like Native Americans. They are their own place, even though they're in America. They run by Native Americans. Yeah, there's no cops that goes in there. It's just there's
I
so
think that might be Niihau then, because that place you can only get in and out if you're native Hawaiian. You speak Hawaiian or Olelo Hawaii.
So
And no outside people can really go in.
shoot.
do they get any support at all? I mean, how do they maintain themselves?
That I'm not too sure. That I'm unaware of.
Okay,
Taka,
just what
taka,
I know.
Takaloka, Hawaii? Is that what it says? Is that what you said? Takaloka, Hawaii? Did I say it right?
Are you trying to say what he said earlier? Kanaka?
I know. No, not that. I forgot. You said something about the
Olelo,
language.
Olelo Hawaii.
Olalo, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Olalo, Hawaii.
And I'm glad you say the Hawaii,
Hawaii.
properly, because some people will say Hawaii. I'm like,
Hawaii.
it's not Hawaii. It's
That's so
Hawaii.
American.
But is sometimes the W in Hawaii V?
Hawaii.
I just want to, I heard some
Yes.
people say Hawaii.
Yes.
Is that how you actually pronounce it? Hawaii?
I've heard Hawaii, or that's the if you're saying, I believe if you're saying it in like a native Hawaiian aspect, it is Hawaii because the W is pronounced as a V.
Okay, that makes sense.
I know like local people
Gotcha.
will say Hawaii too.
Dude.
So those are like two accepted ways to say it.
Okay, sounds right.
Dude,
Yeah.
shoot.
But not no Hawaii.
Not
Not Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii, bro.
So where? Hawaii. Oh man.
Do you
This is
surf
awesome.
then?
He said he doesn't surf.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you
surf.
don't surf? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said he surf.
No, he said there's two things that he can do: either play the uke or surf.
Oh,
That's
surf.
like a must in Hawaii,
Yeah.
and he plays the uke.
I want to play uke. Yeah.
Is that too hard? Are you a pro at it? I mean, I haven't got a chance to see it.
he said he plays uke, and it's in. If it's in your bio, I guess that's not true.
No, I can play. I can shred on
Nice.
the uke. for
Okay.
sure.
Man,
Nice.
I have that confidence.
right?
Nice.
I don't know if shredding and ukulele works hand in hand. You know, like I shred ukulele, bro. That's bad, bro.
Oh man.
Ukulele became a huge thing just recently. You know, like a lot of white girls playing ukulele because I don't know, like America's Got Talent started it, and now everybody's
Yeah.
wanting to learn ukulele.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh man, are you planning to go on YouTube? I didn't see any YouTube
Yeah.
videos
Nah,
from you.
I'm not no YouTube person.
Really?
That's just I think that's just a longer format that I don't think I can handle. I can handle like the TikTok format. 15 to 30 seconds is good for me.
Dude, I'll watch your videos. If you shoot videos like, I don't know, like anything that's related to Hawaii and Filipino merge in your own life alone, I would watch it. I definitely would watch it, but I know it's a lot of work, especially right now with what you said that you have your job and focusing on that. It is a
Yeah.
lot of work.
It is. It is.
Shoot.
Yeah, have you seen I mean, I'm not trying to sponsor him out, but Mr. Beast, how he is hardcore with YouTube. All he eats and breathes is YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I try, but it's a lot of it's a
lot of
full-time
work.
job.
Heck yeah, it
It
is.
is. It is.
You know?
He's a content creator for sure.
Right. Oh man. Oh,
No, this is awesome.
dude, I mean, we could talk for a long time and ask you
Just,
more
you know,
about your life and were you planning to go back to the Philippines again?
Hopefully now that they opened up visitors to go in, I definitely would want to
Yeah.
go back.
Nice.
But those prices for the airfare is just crazy.
no joke.
It's
It is no
outrageous,
joke.
bro. Outrageous.
Yeah.
We're planning
It's very
to
outrageous.
we're planning to go back and visit next year. It was supposed to be last year, no, 2 years ago, and then COVID happened. It's like, no, we can't go back there. And then last year, and then this year, and it's just get postponed and postponed. So when you go to the Philippines, have you thought about like starting your business there?
I thought about it. That's why I've been posting more about audio engineering to
Okay.
TikTok just to see if maybe there's some artists from
Oh.
the Philippines that want to work with me. You know, and then we'll see
Right.
what happens from there. But if I'm going to open like a business in Philippines, I don't think so. But
Yeah.
I would like to do business
Right.
with
Okay.
people from the Philippines.
Dude, I want to see you and Jay have a picture together. Just you know, see you
That would
guys. Dude, that would be dope. See
That'll
you
make
guys-
my life for sure. That's if
That'd be
that's a
awesome.
goal
Right.
for me. I wanna do that for sure.
Dude, Jay and John, bro. People, I can guarantee you this: if you go to the Philippines and pretend that you are Jay, people will believe it. I 100% believe that. If you say
I
you,
think it's the tattoos too, because I have tattoos. and
Yeah.
I have long hair, and then
right.
our face structure is the same, so I understand why.
Okay, you know, I gotta see this dude because I haven't
I
seen
think
it.
you
the-
gotta,
I think the
you
main
gotta see it.
difference is the gauge. But if you wear glasses, it will be spot on. And then more
Yeah.
like messier hair, because his hair is a mess. You know, but he wears glasses. He has gauge. But man, it
Yeah.
will be perfect, bro. You'll be perfect if you walk around and say you're a vocalist of Kamikaze. People will believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Kuya Jon, thank you so much for doing this, man. We enjoyed getting to know you more and
Yeah, man.
you promoting
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Oh
I really
man,
do
this was
appreciate
awesome.
it.
dude, promoting your content. Have you ever done podcasts like this before? Have you ever been invited?
No, this is the first podcast, and then I was hoping, I was manifesting that maybe one day I'd be able to get on a podcast, preferably like Filipino driven, or even like Pacific Island driven,
Nice.
just to showcase and like speak to our own people, because
Yeah.
sometimes they just need a voice relatable to them.
This might
So,
sound
yeah.
wrong, but it's an honor to take your first.
Holy smokes! Oh my gosh!
Maybe I'll just bend over right now. You know what I mean?
Oh my! You rolled with it.
He rode with it.
Dang, son. I'm the one saying those kind of words, but not tonight. Not right now. Oh my gosh, bro. Dang.
I'm loving it.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Last question. As an audio engineer, a local Hawaiian, Filipino, and lives in America, are Filipinos the best singers in the world?
Oh, 100%.
He
100%.
didn't have to think. He didn't even blink. He just went with it. Okay.
The best singers in the world.
He didn't even think about all the other Polynesians out there. He just went Filipino. Yep,
Filipino.
100%. All the way.
I gotta support my people, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Right, yeah.
you are part of my people because you're Pacific
Hey,
Islander. all
come
the way.
on, we can hit them notes. Are you kidding me?
Hey, bro, we have the Jun. You got Asian, Polynesian, Micronesian, the Jun. We're all together here.
Oh man.
But okay, I'll give it to you. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no lie. Y'all
Yeah.
can sing.
Bro, yes. So if you enjoyed this podcast and if you you love this podcast, Kuya J, where can people find Kuya J? I called you J now. Kuya Jon, the favorite Kuya of TikTok. Where can people find you in the social media world?
Well, you can find me on Jon Seuss, Seuss on TikTok, or my music page, Jon Seuss Music on Instagram. And yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Well, thank you guys again so
Yeah.
much for doing this. Kuya, salamat. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for real, bro.
Thank you
Salamat.
for
Thank you so much.
for
Thank you,
being
thank
here.
you.
We appreciate you.
Glad
And
to
to
have
all
you,
of you
man.
watching, man, tell your friends about this. Seriously, if you know Jay, tag him in this video.
Yeah, for real.
And we wanna
Plug him
get,
in.
yeah, I know we wanna get to meet him. I don't even know if he has TikTok. I haven't seen him on TikTok.
Maybe he does if
Yeah.
hopefully people tag him enough, and then
Dude, I'm gonna find
they'll
him.
wanna
How about
work with
this?
me.
I'm gonna find him, and if you do, have you done a video of him look like you, or you
Yeah,
look like
yeah.
him? Okay.
Yeah, I've done one.
Dude, I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna flood your post once I find his TikTok. I'm gonna flood it with with that comment
that'll
and
be
tagging
good.
him. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Dude, it's gonna be great. But yeah, so subscribe in this channel, tell your friends about us, make sure to like and share, comment down below
Yeah.
if there's anything that you don't like, if you don't think we're Asians, if you don't think we're Pacific Islanders. Let us know. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't care. Just still let us know. Comment down below. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Late.
Bye.